20 сентября 2017 года. Мой первый полный день в Каире, в Египте. Я сейчас в гостинице, называется Fairmont Inn, на берегу Нила. Еще только 6:30 или около этого. Восход солнца над древним городом.
Egypt is called Kemet in the ancient language, which means the black land. The black color of the soil, it is our name of the name of our country. Egypt is one of the African country, but part of Egypt still in Asia, which is Sinai Peninsula. It's part of Asia. The rest of the country, it's part of Africa. We have two seas here in Egypt. We have the Mediterranean Sea and we have the Red Sea. We have two deserts. Everything is double in this country. We have two deserts, the Western Desert and the Eastern Desert. Egypt is divided in two lands, Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt. Our Upper Egypt in the south, because the river Nile is the only river in the world that runs from the south to the north. That's why our Upper Egypt in the south, our lower Egypt is in the
Gizа,
north. So everything here
Memfis,
is different from the other country. You have visited the culture. You will be amazed by the Egyptians with different classes or different types of Egyptians that you are going to meet. You are in Cairo, in the city. You are going to meet the citizens. When you move to the countryside, we are going through countryside areas. You are going to see the farmers of Egypt. You will see the traditional lives of the farmers here. And also when you go to the south, you are going to go through fields, green fields. When you go to the Luxor area, through the fields of the sugar cane, you are going to meet the Nubians. Nubians, they are another kind of Egyptians who live in the south, in Aswan. These people, you will find them with very dark skin. When you head to the south, the skin gets darker. When you go to the north, it's fair skin. These people actually suffered from a disaster here in Egypt. 1960, when President Nasser decided to build the high dam in Aswan to store the water of the flood. The water of the flood is stored inside a lake. It's called Lake Nasser. Lake Nasser, it is the same place where the Nubians used to live. So they were about 100,000 Nubians at the very beginning, and they had to be relocated. They had to leave the land, and now they are scattered between Egypt and Sudan. We are crossing now on the river Nile. It's very wide here. You will find like green areas in the middle. These are islands in the middle of the river Nile. That's why it's very, very green plug. We are passing on the ring road now. The ring road, it is the longest freeway here in Cairo. It connects Cairo with the neighboring villages and cities. Actually, this road had two plans. The first plan was very close to the pyramids area, but the UNESCO pressured the Egyptian government to change the plan. So to keep the image of the pyramids. Actually, now it's changed a little bit away from the pyramids.
No, just two already booked. If you decided to do it, and if you could tell me it's okay about the price, so I have to contact the travel agency and check about the availability for the price. So if you go to, we'll go with three of them. Yeah, two of them. Yes.
This idea from two things. First of all, from the sun. The sun rises every morning from the east and sets by the end of the day, so the sun is dead by the end of the day. The second thing of life after death, it is the land itself. The land is very green, but when the flood comes, the flood destroyed the land and the greenery completely. But after the flood, the land is green again. So the land never died like the sun. They believe that the same will happen to the human body. The soul will leave the person upon death, and it will be waiting for him in the afterlife to join the body. That's why mummification was invented, to keep the body preserved for the soul to find it. And when we go inside, we are going to know how they used to put or preserve the bodies inside tombs. The pyramids are tombs. Each pyramid was built for one king to be buried underneath it. This belonged to king. His name is King Zoser. Visit now is the complex. This wall used to go around the whole complex, still behind the pyramid. So this is the royal part of King Zoser. We are going to visit it, and after that we will go out to see another pyramid and a tomb. This area was discovered by the beginning of the 20th century. Actually, we owe this to a very famous scientist or excavator. He is Frenchman. His name was Jean Nouer. Jean Nouer, when he came to Egypt, he just came to make like archaeological studies. But when he came to this place, he was amazed by the place. He decided to stay here and do more excavation. So he started to work here, and he stayed here till he died in Egypt.
Yeah, I know. I'll move over there.
There it is. Smile.
Scaffolds here, and on the other side, it's in a very bad condition. Behind that pyramid, there is a small dark room. We call it Sirtab, behind the pyramid of King Zoser. This room has two holes. When you look from the holes, you will see a statue of King Zoser there. The statue is now in the Egyptian Museum, and there is a replica behind here. The holes were to burn incense in front of the king's room and to see his visitors. They believe that he can see who is coming to visit him. It's a nice place to see, but actually it's not allowed to go around the pyramid anymore. Okay.
Still very fragile.
Nas. This pyramid is very famous because this is the first pyramid that we found writings around its walls. What are the writings talk about? The ancient Egyptians believed the afterlife day like our daytime. 24 hours, 12 for the day and 12 for the night. But they believe that the 12 hours of the night are very dangerous, and to pass through them there must be spells to be able to go through the gates of the underworld. So the spells started to be written around the walls of the pyramids, and then coffins for the non-royals, and the last modification of these texts, it is the Book of the Dead that was wrote on the papyrus roll. So the writing started around the walls of the pyramid of King Onas. Let's go.
Smile.
How far does it go down?
Persian shaft.
Take a picture of down because I can't see.
I got it. Это, как говорится, хайлайтов сегодняшнего дня. Пирамиды Гиза. Сфинкс, который охраняет. Хотя говорят, что сфинкс был сделан значительно раньше. Сейчас мы в ресторане ждем, когда нас накормят. Сейчас только что вошли мы на территорию Великих Пирамид. Это первая пирамида, и кажется, это не Хеопса. На каждом шагу здесь встречаются вымогатели, которые готовы всучить пыль с дороги, лишь бы у них только купили. Там верблюды стоят, и всякого рода бумажки, камушки. Называют здесь ганки или ослов. Локов Cadillac.
Side on the west side, the hole that you can see people going through now, it's not the original entrance. This hole was cut during the 9th century AD by one of the Muslim rulers. When he failed to find the entrance, he ordered his men to cut this hole to go inside. The original entrance, the blocked one on the top there, but nobody goes through anymore. We still use the first view, the one that we discovered recently. What is inside this pyramid? We have a very long corridor, take you up till the middle. So you will keep walking till the middle of the pyramid. And when you reach the end of the pyramid, you are going to find a chamber. It's made out of granite. All the chambers of the pharaohs that they are buried inside, it's made out of red granite. Why red granite? Because it keeps the temperature of the body inside it. They made an experiment here in the pyramids area. They placed one piece of meat for 1 month. After 1 month, they discovered the meat was dried, not rotten. So it was very good kind of stone to keep the bodies inside it. There is a coffin inside, also made out of granite, but nothing was found. It was empty, and the body of the king also, and the treasures were not found inside this. One of the most important questions is how the pyramids were built. Pyramids, till now we have theories. We don't have exact result or conclusion about how we built the pyramid. The first idea, it was the idea of the aliens, because people, when they failed to find an answer, they said that the pyramids were built by the aliens. The second idea is the idea of the ramps. They used to make ramps, sometimes spiral ramp that goes around, but spiral ramp will cost materials more than the materials of the pyramid itself. The last idea is the idea of the four ramps around each other, and before they reach to the top of the pyramid, they start to make spiral to make it easier to reach to the average of the pyramid, and they add it after that. So it's all theories. We lost part of these stones because of the earthquakes that happened. People used to use the pyramids as quarries. They used to take the blocks to build the houses, mosques, and the churches around. So it was a quarry for the people who live around here, but actually it's not allowed to use anything anymore. While we
Вот всего 20 метров пирамиды. Громаднейшие блоки, которые они неизвестно каким образом сюда смогли доставить. Это место называется Панорама, с которого лучше всего видно единственное чудо света, дожившее до наших дней. Египетская пустыня, кое-где населенная, кое-где не очень. Здесь она песок с камнем.
Yeah, because even when the Arabs discovered it, they found it with the face only. Yes, but the
Книга висит.
Наши сюда!
to see his work while he was alive, the workers while they're working. Workers used the port to transfer from one side to the other. They used to bring the blocks and the materials through this port. After the port, exactly, we have a temple. This temple, it is the place of the mummification of the king's body. And after the temple, we have a causeway. It leads to another temple, which is the mortuary temple, for prayers before the burial and the pyramid at the end. So it's one line, should be in front of each pyramid. So we used to have 3 ports here. They were connected to each other and ending with the pyramids. One line for each pharaoh. And within that, the part of the pyramids or the complex of the Great Pyramid of King Cheops buried under the village. So we cannot move the people, of course, to find what's underneath, but this is the most intact part that we are going to visit here, which is the Temple of Mummification. Let's go inside. This is the place of mummification. How the ancient Egyptians used to mummify the bodies. The first thing that they used to do, they put the king's body on a wooden table, and then they started to take the organs out. The first organ that was taken outside the body, it was the brain. They used to take the brain out to the nostrils by a hook. Embalmers, they were very talented, very professional, because they should know the anatomy of the body. They was not allowed to break a bone during mummification, so they had to drag the brain out without breaking a bone in the skull. After that, they make a hole near the appendix. Through this hole, they got all the organs except the heart. The heart was the only organ that was kept inside the body. The heart was a scale. It was used in the judgment of the afterlife. There was a balance, the heart on one side and the feather on the other side. The feather is an ostrich feather, the feather of goddess Ma, the goddess of justice. If the heart and the feathers are equal, he's innocent and he's going to paradise. And if not, he's guilty and he's going to be punished for this. Then we have the other organs, the lungs, the stomach, the liver, the intestines. They were mummified separately and placed inside separate jars. We call them the 4 canopic jars. Then they put the whole body into solutions to be dehydrated. The main solution, it was natron salt. Natron was to dehydrate the body. We have natron lakes in Egypt till now. It's on the way between Cairo and Alexandria. So they leave the body for 40 days into the natron salt. After that, another 30 days for preparing the body for the wrapping. Of course, after dehydration, the body is very hard. They start to cover it with ointments and oils to be softer, and then they start to wrap the members of the body. They start to wrap them first limb by limb, and then another layer for the whole body. They used to put amulets between the wrapping to protect the deceased in the afterlife. The amulets are hearts, scarabs, pillars, anything to protect him through the afterlife. After that, they put the body for another ritual, what we call the opening of the mouth. The opening of the mouth is to reactivate the senses of the body. We have the high priest who used to come here to touch the nose, the eyes, the mouth, the ears, so the person is ready to be presented in front of the great gods of the afterlife. Then they put the body into the coffin, they drag him through a causeway to the next temple, which is the mortuary temple, and after that they pray over the body before the final burial inside the pyramid. So this is the journey of the king before he was buried. 70 days he spent here inside the temple before the final burial. As I told you, the temple is completely made out of granite. Look at the stones of the granite here. The stones are very well stuck together. You can have a look here. There is no space between the blocks, between the 2 blocks. Can you imagine that? There is no building materials, only water and sand. There is no cement, nothing at all to stick them together. They bring the stone, they wash it with water, and then they cover it with sand. The sand prevents the air bubbles. So with the air pressure, they stuck all the blocks together. And severe earthquakes happened in Egypt, and modern building just collapsed, but it didn't move the blocks of the the names, easier pronunciation, because it was not easy to pronounce certain letters, like the builders of the pyramid. King Cheops, it's in Greek. Originally it's Khufu. King Khafre, it's Khafra, and the Greek call them Khafrens. So they always try to make it easier. The Sphinx of King Khafre was either to guard his pyramid or to guard the 3 pyramids together. Between the balls of the Sphinx, if you realize, there was a piece of stone. It was made out of granite. This stone, it is a stela that we call the red stela or the dream stela. It was stela belongs to a king. His name Thutmose IV. This king was around the pyramids area, and he slept by the balls of the Sphinx. He had a nap, and he saw a dream that the Sphinx told him that you will be the king of Egypt. Later on, he became the king of Upper and Lower Egypt, and he believed that he came to the throne by the vision of the Sphinx. That's why he made this stela between the balls of the Sphinx to commemorate what happened with
دي
him.
واحدة هنا كرم عند الصرافة دي. سوري معلش عشان خاطر سألوني كذا مرة ومفيش أي فرصة
هنستناك يعني. Him the father of terror because it was very scary for them. So at the end, as the man, he missed the power, and the human and the animal missed the brain. This is like the best presentation of the wisdom and the strength together, which is the Great Sphinx. Now we are on our way to the Papyrus Institute. When we go to this place, there will be a demonstration for you. There is a local guide down there to explain to you how they used to make the plant, to bring the plant and make the paper out of it. And then you will have a look at the gallery. You will have different types, different sizes, even different colors of the papyrus. Because you will find very light color and very dark color. The dark color, it took longer time to be done, and it's more genuine. So you will find like unique pieces inside this place, especially those who are painted by professional Egyptian artists. They will sell it to you like a roll, and they put it into a hard tube, so it will not take any space in your bag, and it will not be broken. And when you go home, you just hang it on the wall. They accept dollars or Egyptian money, credit cards, so it's something that you will be proud to have from Egypt. Just 5 minutes and we will be there.
Второй день в Каире. Сегодня мы приехали в цитадель, которую или построил, или защищал Салахиддин. Наверное, тот самый мусульманский гений, который вышиб крусейдерс или крестоносцев из святой земли. Мы прошли через пункт досмотра вещей, которые стоят в каждом туристическом месте. Прогоняя через скиннер. Заведение весьма серьезное. До недавнего времени здесь были казармы, сейчас вроде бы освободили, превратили в музей. Какая-то часть была использована в качестве тюрьмы.
Yes, you will, even when you go inside the mosque, it's beautiful, but it's not very clean. Even the alabaster, you feel that it's not very clean. Yes, this area is not very clean. Yeah, just put it around you. I don't have to look, that's why I asked you back there. They don't have to. I didn't want to. I went back to the house. They were not allowed to go out without a certain contact. So,
That's why I asked before we got out.
no. So you can, I will tell you something.
мечети. Главной соборной мечети Каира на территории цитадели, которая была построена при Салахеддине. Это монолит. Высокий. На входе здесь предложили снять обувь или одеть бахилы за 5 египетских паундов. Я предпочел бахилы. Внутри исламской мечети. Все сделано очень шикарно. На долгие времена.
About the mosque, I will give you an idea about Islam itself. Islam means submission to God. Muslims always say that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his prophet. The main book of the Muslim, it is the Holy Quran. Prophet Muhammad is the prophet of the Muslims, and Muslims believe in all other religions and all other prophets, and they are mentioned in the Holy Quran. Moses, Abraham, Jesus, Ishmael, all of them are mentioned in the Holy Quran, and Muslims believe in them. The principles of the Islam are very similar to the other religions. The idea of the day of resurrection, the heaven and hell, the two guardian angels, it's the same. But in Islam, we have 5 main pillars that all Muslims should follow. The first pillar in Islam, it is the profession of faith. That Muslims should say that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his prophet. The second pillar in Islam, it is the prayer. Muslims pray 5 times every day. By dawn time, noon, afternoon, sunset, and at night. Before each prayer, there must be a call for the prayer. For the men, it is important to pray inside the mosque with a group. And there must be a leader for the prayer. We call him the Imam. He stands at the front there, and everyone stands behind him. Each square is just for one person to stand inside, and they're just following his actions, and the shoulders should be stick to each other. And if there is any gap, it's a place or a gap for the devil to go through. So they must be standing just stick to each other. For the woman, she can come and pray inside the mosque, or she can pray at home. She's free to do whatever she likes. But men and women, they don't pray at the same place. Here we used to have the first floor for men, the second for women. But now they close the second floor. Women, when they pray here, they put curtains at the back and they pray behind. Muslims, like all other religions, we have Muslims pray and Muslims, they don't pray. But we have a main prayer on Friday that all Muslims should attend. We call it the Friday prayer. It's by the noon time. We have 2 speeches and then the prayer. Pulpits here are for the speeches of the Imam or the leader of the prayer. And when he finishes the speech, he just stand there and everyone pray behind him. The third pillar in Islam, it is the alms giving. Alms giving, it is to pay certain percentage of your saved money. 2.5% of the money that you are saving in the bank or the jewelry that you have, you pay money for it. It's 2.5% and you pay it once a year. It's annually. It has nothing to do with the charity. Charity, we do it every day. But the alms giving, it's once a year. And it's not from your salary. If you are saving money, you do it. If you don't save money, you don't have to do the alms giving. The fourth pillar in Islam, it is the fasting, Ramadan. Muslims fast 1 month through the whole year. It's a lunar month. Sometimes it comes 29 days, sometimes it's 30 days, according to the moon. During this month, Muslims stop eating and drinking from the sun, from the dawn till the sun sets. No water and no food, but we have exceptions. The pregnant women, nursing women, soldiers on duty, those who are very sick, those who are traveling for long distance, they can eat. But once they are okay and they are safe, they have to fast the same days that they had walked before, any time through the whole year. Then, after the feast, after the Ramadan, we have our first feast in Islam. We call it Eid al-Fitr or the breakfast feast. In 3 days, where Muslims used to make certain types of cookies, we travel, so it's vacation for 3 days. The last pillar in Islam, it is the pilgrimage or the Hajj. The Hajj is once in a lifetime and it has condition. The person should be in a good health to do it and he should have enough money to do it. It's very expensive to do it, especially these days, and also it's very hard to do the ritual there. It's once in a lifetime. Once the one did it, he doesn't have to do it again. Muslims travel to Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia this month, we have the largest gathering of humans on earth every year. Millions of Muslims from all around the world, they go to Saudi Arabia to do certain rituals. We have a place called Mecca, city called Mecca, where the black Kaaba, you know Al-Kaaba, the black building there, building with the black cover, Muslims go around that building. This building was built by Prophet Abraham, so we still go around this building till now. And then we have another long corridor. It's called Al-Safa and Al-Marwa. This is the place where Prophet Abraham left his son Ishmael and his wife Hajar in this place in the desert, without water, without food. It was ordered from the God. She was running, looking for water or food, but she didn't find, and we knew that. Angel Gabriel, the chief of the angels, just came to the earth and he hit the ground by one of his wings, and water well sprang out from this place. This water well is called Zamzam well, and it is still existing till now, and we drink from the water. It never dried up. Then we have a mountain, it's called Arafat mountain, where Muslims climb this mountain. And then the last day, we call it the stoning of the devil day. Muslims go to a place where Prophet Abraham saw the devil by his eyes, and they collect devils from the ground, and we have like pillars, and they threw the pillars as they are throwing or punishing the devil there. This is the end. The Muslims after that bring any animal, goat, sheep, cow, camel, according to their ability. They slaughter it and they give the meat to the poor people. By the end of the Hajj, all the men should shave the hair completely. The women just cut lock off the hair to prove that they finished their rituals. We have certain uniform, especially for the men in the Hajj. They wear like 2 big sheets, one around the waist, the other one around the shoulder. They keep the right shoulder exposed. It should be very white color. Women, they wear any long garment with long sleeves and they cover the hair. These are the main pillars of Islam, and if you have more questions, you can tell me about it. Regarding the mosque itself, just have a look around you here. If you have been to Turkey, of course it's the same one up there. We have a main dome on the top, semi-domes around it. The domes were mainly to cause the echo inside the mosque to allow everyone to hear the leader of the prayer. The green color here, it's the major color, sign of peace. We have floral designs around, Islamic art and European art at the same time. Stained glass, it is an Islamic influence. The chandelier that you see in the middle here, it's an original chandelier. The one of the mosque was existed since the time of Muhammad Ali. We have 4 main pillars here, 1, 2, 3, 4 pillars. And just go up with your eyes, you will see circles on the top of each pillar. There is a circle. There is a name inside the circles, 4 names. These are the companions of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and those who were the Muslims after his death. Their names are Ali, Abu Bakr, Omar, and Uthman. And then we have another two circles with the name of God. La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, which means that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his prophet. We have two fountains for the speeches inside the mosque. The green one here, it is the original one, it's made out of wood, and the other one is marble, and it's a gift from King Farouk to the mosque. There is a deep part inside the wall next to the pulpit. This part we call al-Qibla. This is direction to Mecca. When Muslims pray, they should be directed to Mecca. Even in our homes, we should be directed to Mecca. We use a compass to pray the same direction. There is a piece of wood with red steps there. This piece of wood was placed in the middle of the mosque during the prayer. And there was another man standing over it. Whatever was said by the leader or the imam, it was repeated by the man who was standing there. Especially during Friday time, it was very busy, so everyone needs to hear. People used to pray even inside the open court outside, so they cannot hear what's going in there. Muhammad Ali is buried inside the mosque. This is the mausoleum of Muhammad Ali. He is buried there, and if you just get closer, you will find the marble tomb of Muhammad Ali inside. So this is the mosque of Muhammad Ali. Now you can have your photos, and the exit is there. I'll be waiting beside the door. So finish your photos and just come this way.
Стены покрыты так называемым алебастером. Кто-то сказал, что взяли вулканическое происхождение материала. Не знаю. Он сейчас уже изъеден временем и непогодой. Особенно здесь покрошилось уже глинина все в основании.
This is the panorama of Cairo. You can see from here all levels of life. This area in front of you is a very old part. Just go with your side just further. You will see high buildings and towers. So all the levels of life you can see from here. Normally we see the pyramids from here. The pyramids are that direction, but it's very hazy. You can see it. You cannot see it this morning. We have two mosques here to the right side. The first mosque to the left, it's a mosque and a school at the same time, and it was like boarding school. There is a place for about 400 students inside this place to study the Islamic rituals. To the right side there is a mosque of Rifai, and it is a burial place for the Turkish royal family. Members of the family are buried in the next mosque there. King Farouk, the last king of Egypt, is buried here. The king of Iran, Muhammad Reza Pahlavi, the Shah of Iran, is buried here also. After his death, no country accepted his body inside, but it was brought by President Sadat to Egypt. He is buried here. Okay? So when Muhammad Ali ruled, of course, they still have like heads of the country, and he wanted to get rid of them. He made a great banquet here inside the citadel, and he invited the leaders of the Mamluks. There were about 75 men there, and once everyone was inside the citadel, there is the main street in the middle. We think it was that street where the Egyptian army locked the Mamluks between these two sides, and they killed all of them. Only one person was able to escape, and he ran with his horse from the walls of the citadel. And it was said that at the time the horse died, but the man was alive. So this was only one man who was able to escape, but it was another massacre in the streets of Egypt when they made sure everyone was killed in there. So it was a massacre in the streets of Egypt against any Mamluks to get rid of his enemies. We are going to go through the streets of Old Cairo now. Our next stop, it is the area of the churches and the synagogue and the Coptic museum. Cairo, that you are visiting now and going around, it's not one city. It is a combination of 4 cities. The first city, it was the first Islamic city, it's called El Fustat. It's where the churches are. So Fustat was the first Islamic city here. The Muslims, before they came, their arrival, Egypt was ruled by the Romans. Romans were mainly ruled from Alexandria, the capital of the Romans at that time. It was Alexandria because it was very close to Italy, to the Roman Empire place. But to the Arabs, they need a place very close to the Red Sea, to the Arabian Peninsula. So there was a canal from the River Nile running here, and they cut another canal to the Red Sea. So there was a canal from the River Nile to the Red Sea used by the Arabs to go to the Red Sea and the Arabian Peninsula easier than the Mediterranean. So Fustat was here, and Fustat is an Arabic word, means tent. So it was called the city of tents. The soldiers used to stay in tents inside that city. After that, other Muslim ruler built other cities, like two cities, we call them Al-Askar, or the soldiers' city, and the third city was called Al-Qata'a, or the wards. So the three cities, when we add another city, they took the other two cities included with them. The last one, which was Al-Qahira, it was built during the 9th century, during the Fatimid rule in Egypt by Gawhar al-Siqali, one of the rulers, and he called it Al-Qahira because it was the name of one of the stars in the sky. The Arabs used to name the stars with Arabic names. They were astronomers. So Al-Qahira is an Arabic word, means the defeater. So it carries the name from the star. And when the British and the French came to Egypt, they couldn't pronounce Al-Qahira properly. It was very difficult to pronounce it. So the French called it at the beginning Le Caire, and when the British came, they called it Cairo. So Al-Qahira, it's the same Cairo, but the beginning was the Arabic word. Beside the airport area where Virgin Mary used to sit there. So we have places, holy places actually for them around the whole country. Just take your photos and let's go inside the church.
You want a picture beside it? Right beside you.
No, wait.
Oh, when they're done.
Because otherwise I won't forget that we did the whole, didn't do the whole.
Most of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Место, где stayed for 3 months.
No, but nobody drinks from it now. But of course it was clean when
Yeah,
we were here.
it's because the groundwater is contaminated, right? You want a picture of that?
Yes,
All right, one picture coming up.
please. Thank you.
Now go put your feet over there so I get you. There.
Like this.